you have to say that properly, bro. My man was put on the coaching team as well when we were interim. No. He brought the burger over to the side, and he was like,
in the dugout? Was he in the
it was
dugout?
like second half.
Wait. Was he in the dugout eating a burger?
Yeah. The players love him. Right, they play for him. They're loyal to him.
But we still get budget though.
No.
We still need to get the budget.
There was a clip that done the rounds, bro.
Some of you might, I know you don't even want to be here next season because of me. Good. I love it.
I'll be bugged out, I can't lie. Crashed out.
I ain't paying if you lose. Imagine you're getting your team loses 3-0 and you have to go and pay players. I said, fuck that.
We can't play for this show.
There's no way. You don't know me like that. You're saying black. No, don't say
But
that. Describe.
To the point, right? Don't let him gas you. To the point, right? The other day when I posted, he said, "Oh, baby, send me that."
Stop.
Right, welcome to another episode of Playmakers. We've got a special one today. We're here with some champs, I would say. Some champs. So we're here to my right. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi then, guys. Bobby Kasanga, Hackney Wick Football Club chairman.
Ernest, first team manager, Hackney Wick Football Club.
All right, so he's doing a little bit of the humble thing right now, but once we get a bit further in, then we'll see the true colours. To my left, he needs no introduction.
The one and only Danny Bassett.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
And it's myself, Helgs, aka the bailiff. Listen, V is not available right now, but it is what it is. Obviously, big shoes to fill, but
You got this, man.
I've
Come
got- hey,
on, Playmakers on the
Modern enough.
chest.
Man,
You're
yeah.
good.
You know what I'm saying? First wear as well. You know what I'm saying? Made his debut. Making his debut and that. But yeah, man. So, first of all, I just want to get to the big elephant in the room, man. Champs, man. What was that season like for you guys?
No, it was good. It was good for the club, for the boys, prove a few people wrong. You know what I mean? So they deserved it because they worked hard, innit? And showed that, you know what, like with a bit of structure, it don't matter about where you come from or whatever, we can still do something together. We don't need to go outside to go and do our thing in football. And we did it in ends, we did it with all of us. So yeah, it was great, but now we just move on to the next, innit? Let's keep going straight.
Yeah, and it's also our 10th year as well. So I started the football club 10 years ago, so to celebrate a playoff and a League Cup win as well at the same time was mad. It all kind of coincided into that whole journey, so yeah.
To be fair, I do remember when Hackney Wick first started, obviously it was something that I'm pretty much always on social. So the first thing I saw was the kits that you guys were designing. I was thinking these kits were crazy. Like the designs were crazy. And I think that kind of stood out straight away.
Yeah.
And then obviously at the beginning, seeing the kits and then seeing it develop and seeing it grow, like I mentioned to you before, it's like seeing where the club is now. Obviously 10 years it's a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and to see where you guys are at right now, obviously after the success of this season, it just shows that consistency is key, innit? But
No, I feel like another thing I feel like you guys have done really well, yeah, like making it like a community. Like I don't think a lot of people understand how much football is a community, and like football does more for people than just like, oh, like you're good, you're gonna go on to go pro. Sometimes it gives people structure in their life. It helps them to be better in their life outside of football. And I feel like you guys actually do that well. Like just from the conversations we had, like even before the pod, like it's not just football. You don't know that, and you're doing that very well. Like personally for me.
Yeah, but that's how it is. Like for us, it's like mentoring life skills through football, innit? So it's not just about, oh yeah, you're good. Like, do you have the structure? Can you develop elite mentality? All these little things as well. Can you handle yourself when you get badded up? Can you handle yourself when you've got a hand around you? Do you know what I mean? It's different things. It's for life, not just for football. So that's the philosophy we try to carry out through our academy as well, innit? So, yeah.
No, it's big. It's actually big stuff.
I think community was always the big thing for me because I looked strategically. I looked at everything, right? Obviously, we're here in Peckham, and that's where I grew up, right? So when I was going to start the football club originally, I was in jail, and like, I'm going to do a Peckham football club. And I used to get a non-league paper while I was in jail. And I was going through the non-league paper, reading all the results, and I see Peckham Town. There's already a Peckham Town. Because my whole thing was I want to be a Peckham United, and we're going to be called the Dole Boys or the Trotters because it only falls on horses. But by the time I come out of jail, I looked, bro, Hackney hasn't even got its own team. then my shift went into there, and I thought, oh, we have to tap into the community of Hackney because they ain't got their own club, so community's always been a big thing ever since then.
I got a couple questions for you too, yeah, because obviously you study football, you like football, it's perfect, yeah. Who do you think should win Ballon d'Or? Lamine Yamal or Dembele?
I'm hearing Vitinha. I'm hearing
Nah,
Vitinha's in
go
that
Dembele.
shout for some reason.
If they go for Vitinha, they're doing the whole Rodri thing.
No, the reason why I'm going Dembele is because then they won the Champions League,
Yeah.
won the treble, and winning has to add to the effect because of the detail difference. Like, Lamine was good, but like when it came to that moment, it was unlucky. But I think Dembele is just about edge it, to be honest.
It goes from, so that the Euros won't count, would it? From last season?
No,
Will that
I think
count?
it does count
I think
towards
it
the
will
season.
count.
It does count towards the season.
If it does count, then Lamar.
But he weren't even the best in his team that year.
I know,
Nico Williams was.
I know,
Yeah.
but he was part of that team.
Yeah.
They look
He
at
scored,
Ruiz
scored goals in the
actually,
right
Ruiz was
moment.
probably one of the best.
And then-
to be honest.
So if I had to ask you, currently right now, who's the best player in the world? Who would you say? So we're talking form and everything. Like just currently right now, who's the best player in the world?
Saka.
Nah, bro. No. Let's come off that.
What?
Salah's dropped off a little bit towards the end of the season in Liverpool.
Nah,
But-
no.
Salah's there,
Salah's
there,
definitely there,
thereabouts.
man.
Salah's
Salah,
Salah's
best footballer in the world.
Right now. I
He's
think.
what Liverpool.
Huh?
He's what Liverpool.
No, we don't talk about who I
He's
think.
what Man United.
No, let's not talk about
Ah, sorry.
Let's not talk about that. Don't talk about that.
That club's in
even
trouble,
even
by
that
the way.
Dewey is doing bits as well. But
Yeah, not the best player in the world, though.
That's what I was gonna say.
you have to go to Dembele then, innit?
You think so?
Didn't even
It's
win
got
player
to
of
be.
the season,
For
though.
me, it's got to be Yamal.
No, but he
It's
didn't
gotta be
even win
Yamal.
Young Player of the Season in the Champions League. Dewey won it. And he
Yeah,
didn't,
yeah,
and he
but-
didn't
yeah,
win Player of the Season
Oh,
in
Dembele
Champions
did-
League.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
man.
Dembele won it.
in the
I'll give it to
the later
Dembele.
stages of the competition was on a madness. Like Barcola was the starter,
Yeah,
He
but
shifted Barcola.
It's business end, bro. That's
Yeah,
what
and
matters.
he's turned up, bro. Was it 2 goals and an assist in the final? Come
No
on.
one ever remembers the start of the season. I promise you. You can be bottom of the league. End of the season, if you make playoffs, no one cares how your start happened.
Yeah.
They just care about the end of the season. It's business end. And when it mattered, Dembele was shining. And that's it.
Yeah, I think I have to get Dembele as well.
You say Dembele.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's French, and you know the whole Ballon d'Or thing. It was all French.
I mean,
No, we got to speak facts. It's political.
Do you
Come on,
think
man.
that there are still football superstars now? And when I mean by superstars, I'm talking about if we look back, you had the global names, Ronaldo, Zidane, and lately we had Messi, Ronaldo. But after that, is there sort of superstars nowadays?
You won't know until they
I
get to
don't-
the end or hit the peaks, innit?
I agree with what you're saying. I don't think there are anymore because of the way the game's gone now, innit? It's gone pretty systematic and robotic. But this is why we enjoy players like Yamal and players like Doku, for example, Dewey, for example, that are bringing it back to the old school days where they're just trying to line man up.
Doku, bro. I don't enjoy Doku.
Bro, he's just trying to line man up.
I actually don't enjoy him at all.
No, I like the fact that he's trying to do what he's doing despite Pep trying to. Pep,
Yeah,
fucks,
yeah,
up,
yeah.
I respect that.
Pep fucks up players, man.
No, but then you have to also understand
I don't
that
agree
the
with
way
any of that.
teams
I don't
set
agree.
up
I'm not really
against
on
Man
that.
City.
All that.
If Doku was playing for, if
I'm
Doku was
not
in
on that
another
either.
club, yeah,
Doesn't
where
make sense.
teams don't bank up against a club, you'll see how much of a killer he is. Every time you play against City, it's like bank of 5, bank of 4, 1 striker.
Yeah, but
Break us down. You're not going to see them.
no,
There's
but I feel like
there's no space,
that's
bro.
a cop out, bro. Like realistically,
No, but it's facts.
I'm gonna
though.
tell you why it's a cop out. Yeah, because as a player,
Yeah.
it's like you know what team you're signing for. You know how teams are gonna play against you. You know your strengths. He's sharp enough to play 1-2, get it back inside the box, and now he has free reign. He wants to do jinky with jinky from all the way on the byline. Why do you need to do that against 2 players? Just play a 1-2, get back in the box, and now you're in your domain.
But now
He
you're
doesn't wanna do
but
that.
you're asking.
A professional footballer
No,
to play
no,
1-2.
no,
Yes, I am.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
I am
because
asking that.
This is the thing, yeah. Like this is, yes, they're at the top of their games, yeah. But remember, like when we're talking Premier League and like if you bring it down, Championship players, League 1, League 2, non-league players, yeah,
Yeah.
they're in their talent pool. Do
Okay.
you get what I'm trying to say? So he's at the top of the game for being who he is and how he plays. Like that, he's never been a footballer.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, obviously you two were talking about Salah, yeah? Salah is someone who has adapted to his surroundings. Everyone says he wasn't great at Chelsea just because of the way he played. Yeah, that's what everyone says. Yeah. But I feel like he's been at Liverpool whilst they played different styles of football. This season they played a bit different, and he's always done well. So we can't just say, oh, because the way Pep manages him, or because this is his strength, you're good at football.
But this is the thing we're gonna say. Like,
it's also about responsibility, innit? Like, you see Jack Grealish, innit? Like, he was at Aston Villa, because that's the one they use, innit?
Yeah.
At Aston Villa, they gave him the responsibility, innit? To go and get the goals and to go and do these. He doesn't have that responsibility. The higher you go up, the more players can do what you do. It's like, I always said this about Fernando Torres. Like, I'm like, yeah, great player. I rated him. When he went into Chelsea, and there was like other big players there that could also bang goals, he looked average.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he was a dead player. Now, when you need 5 chances to bang, because at Liverpool, they'll just playing it to him. Or like at Villa, they'll giving it to him. When he misses a chance, it's like, ooh. Where now, if he goes to a big club and you've got 3 players that can bang, when you miss a chance, it's like,
what you on?
what you on, bro? Like, you got to take it.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with those things, it's about the quality of players that they are and how they can adapt in those situations. That's what he said about Salah, innit? Salah's been in different teams, but doesn't matter. He can play down the middle, can play on the left, can play on the right. Doesn't matter, because the baller. It's simple.
That's an interesting take, to be fair.
It's the truthful take, bro.
Yeah, I think for me personally, not to say I do rate Salah. I just think when I watch him, and this, you know what, this is a bit weird what I'm gonna say, but it's like I feel like he just pops up at the right place at the right time. Not to say that he's not a good footballer. When you watch,
but that's also a talent.
Skill,
this is what I'm trying to say. Like, if you watch him for 90 minutes, there'll be times where you're thinking, bro, this guy is just dribbled off his shin, gone out for a goal kick, or he's done this, he's done that. It doesn't look great, but then he puts himself, he's in a penalty, he bags a penalty. Or he'll do something.
Play a sick through pass.
Yeah,
Or he'll go
and then
through
all of a
5
sudden,
players,
all of a
or
sudden,
he'll shoot outside the area, or he'll
It's
score
like,
from 30 yards.
But you know what it is?
Like, bro,
we was raised, where, as you
Special
said, when
stuff.
you're looking at the Zidans, the Gutis, the big players, them man were just constant with it, bro, consistent with it. There was you wouldn't see them do that.
But you know,
There were more spaces, though, innit, at that time to exploit, man. Teams weren't really as compact as it is now. Like, do you get me? More spaces for players in the 90s to... You can't be doing a Maradona flick round the player now and then going and like counter pressing has now come here. They understand about getting pressing. They understand about pressing in 1s and 2s. See, before it was like, oh, can we play 4-4-2? Like, England ain't gonna play 4-4-2 no more. Do you understand? Like, less spaces to do things. That's what makes people someone like Neymar like out of this world.
This is why he's better
out
than
of the world.
Ronaldinho.
Like,
He's the best Brazilian. I don't care what anyone
but
says.
also, get back to the Salah popping up at the right time in the right place. You know, but some lady who contacted me just before our finals, right? She's Brazilian, and she studies spatial awareness in sports. How do athletes, and she's going to be coming to start working with us. So she's saying that elite athletes scan and see everything and predict that, oh, maybe I should go there because I feel like the ball might come there in a second and be in the right place at the right time.
So I wanted to ask you a question, Bobby. Obviously, you said going in jail and obviously having the thought coming out to create a football club. Obviously, creating a football club, we all know, isn't easy. What was your experience like coming out with that idea, trying to gain sponsorships and all that? How did you navigate all of that?
In jail, everyone will tell you, I used to annoy everyone. Like, literally, I go, guys, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I've always had these ideas and I said I'm gonna start a football club. But I was trying to play football myself again because before I went to jail, I was on a run, right? I was playing for East Thurrock under John Coventry. And then one day, I scored a goal, I'm checking for myself, and it said, Robert Kasanga wanted. I said, oh, fucking hell. And while I'm wanted now, I'm still a cat for football. So that's why no one used to call me Bobby before. It was always Robert. Or people who knew me, Nemankwe, my African name, right? So when I then said, oh, they're looking for Robert Kasanga, I hit my bed and I said, oh, look, I can't even go to East Thurrock no more. Who knows who might set me up? Say, he's here now. So I contacted Caribbean Casuals and said, my name is Bobby Kisengi. I changed the name. And I want to play. I started playing for Caribbean Casuals. And then that week, I went back into jail. So when I was in jail, obviously I miss football. You play football, the man them in jail and that. But I was writing to all the teams. I was getting my leave. I was like, look, can I come out and play? Because they'll give you like Rottle and that. So I was writing all the teams. I think only Met Police football team got back to me and said, oh, when you come out, speak to us then. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to start my own team when I come out. But I had no idea, no clue. Got out, went back to Corinthian Casuals. The chairman re-signed me, but I think they just re-signed me just out of like pure love kind of thing. There's like the last 4 games, there's a new manager there, he don't know me, he didn't really play me. I was like, fuck this man, I'll start my own team properly. Went to living in Hackney, I was like, what can I look for? There's a team called Sporting Hackney. I looked at the demograph. All the reserve team players were black. All the first team players were white. Not to say there was any kind of race thing in there, but I just looked at it like, raw. I said, you know what, nah, I'm gonna start my own team locally. And literally, I went door knocking. People won't believe this. I was door knocking on strangers' door. Guys, I've just come out of jail. I'm starting a football club. Someone will close the door. Someone will open the door, go upstairs, leave the door open. Bro, I just told you I just come out of jail. You're just gonna leave the door open. Left the door open, went upstairs, came back. Here's £20. Here's £30. Here. So people don't even see that journey. And at the beginning, they have no sponsor. We'll go outside of Tesco's with yellow buckets, and some of the players are recruited. Guys, support our local football team. People go past, give you £1, £2. People wrap up and like, yo, what are you doing? But what they didn't realize was that by me standing there, if 2,000 people walk past, give me £1, that's £2,000. That's how I started funding the football club originally. And then by standing there as well, someone come back, oh, what's your name? I'm starting a football club. Oh, take my card. Look at the card. Oh, I'm from Nike, or I'm from this. That's how I just started building the network. But it was a hard graft, hard graft.
That's big. In terms of the actual journey of the club, when did you kind of sense that, you know what, this is actually coming together? Was it pretty much at the beginning, or is it?
Pretty much the beginning, because I started the Twitter account and we didn't have a logo, and the Twitter account was the Hackney Wick train station sign, basically, right? And the local lady said, oh, I live in Hackney Wick, big up Rana. She said, I'm a designer, I'll design you the badge. And she designed the iconic badge for us, and she was our first chairman. And then she got me in touch with a guy called Declan Perkins, his son now plays for Leighton Orient, actually. He was at Man City as well. And he owned a few local pubs. And Lawson Pub said, you know, our sponsor, you bought us our first ever kit. We managed, I don't know how, got a game with Faruk for our first ever kind of game. They beat us like 16-1. At that time, I was recruiting anyone. But literally, from that very first moment, Copper 90 found out about me and said, oh, look, want to do a little segment on you. And they're the one I'll say really blew up Hackney Wick. At that point, we didn't even have a badge, we didn't have no kit. We bought some deco kits from JB Sports. And they came with a piece.
Sport, that's a bro.
No, JJB Sports.
Sports Direct.
Sports Direct.
JJB.
That's the side. I was a sixth.
Yeah, so literally, from that, when Copper 90 done that piece on us, people started taking note and started following it. From there, I thought, oh, you know what? I might be onto something now. Yeah.
Bro, it just shows you the power of social media, though, isn't it? And then, bro, it's massive. Nowadays, like, a lot of the old school chairmen and managers still, to this point, don't understand how important.
You know, it's funny you should say that, right? Obviously, I never go to the end of season dinners, especially with our league. They're always far, they're quay. But obviously, as champions, they said, look, you have to bring back the cup when they present it back to you. So I went there. I went there about 3 weeks ago. It was all, and I went to the wrong place. I thought it was in this town football club, and it wasn't there. It was like another 45 minutes away. Got there late, walked in, literally, me and my brethren Taff, he's one of my committee members, the only black guys there, the youngest, everyone else is sort of old school in their 60s, 70s, white chairman. And for them, it was like refreshing to see different faces. Like when they saw us, like some of them were coming over to us, like hugging us, oh, well done, you guys have done great. So for them, it's like as if we're the people now carrying the torch, like the modern day of football as well. So, but
he tried to make me go, I was like, I ain't going to that. No, bro.
But no, it was good to see that we're so different to everyone else. We're making a difference and trying to empower other black people to say, yeah, go and do your own thing as well. Yeah.
I mean, that just led me to the next point for me is like being obviously black owned, black manager. What do you kind of describe us your journey in terms of like how everything's been, because you know how non-league is, and
it's difficult.
For me personally, my personal experience is like, I'm currently in a team that the majority of our team are black, and we've had quite a few shouts about, right, you can't be successful with that. You know, it's an old school mentality in terms of if you got bare black players, that we're all just going to be fast, strong, and people still hold on to that stigma. Not as much as back in the day, but people still kind of hold on to that stigma. So you're coming in, brand new club. 10 years is still pretty much brand new. Coming in and you got all this stigma. How did you kind of overtake all of that?
It was mad because I had like all the the people from Tottenham, people from Hackney, boys from Tottenham, boys from Hackney, and I was determined because I'd known the non-league structure. I was determined to put them in the EJ in the Eastern Junior Alliance in it, and that's where everything's like literally learned. They've learned about the environment because it was different. Like you have to have food after game. You're playing Chelmsford under 18s. They're moving with all like their big cars coming to training. They don't really come to London, so you can see, but they're playing football. They got the space and the facilities to coach them to go through proper functions and proper set pieces. So when we moved from Norseman, because we were just getting bare racing, to be honest with you, and we went to Clapton. But it was not even that. It was mad how it started. It was, you know, Joe Blacks.
Yeah.
So like that's my guy in it. So you see Joe, he was good. He had Wolfham, I think Forest, and I had a Norseman. We had a match one day and we're like near the bottom of the table, and I was like, forget this, man. I just sat on the floor, said, this is a joke thing. No support from the club, man, them just here. So we had players from Hackney and they were just trying to mess us about, really. Like one was going there, they were signing for them, signing for. So I was like, what's this guy on? And I think he was like, who's this on? So we picked up the phone and we're like, yo, like what's going on? And then we kind of found out that the boys were the ones like messing us about. So when we linked up, we chilled. And like, because remember, obviously, I'm from Tottenham, he's from Hackney. So it's like, we're a bit like, what? Why is he? Like, who's this? Why is he messing with my team? And we sat down and like, to be fair to him, his recruitment, he's like mad with recruitment. His engagement with the kids is, yo, he can just make them switch just like that. Psychologically, he's got it on point. And like, he was just like, boom, let's go to Clapton. Went to Clapton, had the 16s and the 18s, won a cup. But like, at that time, they were in deep like political battle with their fans. So you know, like Clapton got a big fan base. So they were coming to our games on a Sunday, 700 people to an EJ game in like Bowl, and like we're like raw, but they're not going to the first team games. So they were boycotting the first team games, and obviously Hackney were playing there as well, innit? So we had like a bunch of boys, and then I was like, look, so we won a cup that year, and even like with Blacks, we were sitting there and we were talking, and I was working with like one of my friends, Nana, his son used to play for Chelsea, Tarek Uwakwe. So we had like most of like boys that used to play around him and everything like that, and we were just like, look, we can't stay in this politics. And then I saw Bobby and I was like, look, listen, we got boys, like half our boys, 8% of our boys are all from Hackney. You know what I'm saying? The other half's like from Tottenham. So let's just come out and make an academy. And Bobby was like, all right, cool. So we just started it from we had 16s, 18s, and 15s. And then we started brand new 15 teams, like the brand new girls team.
There's always going to be that stigma of, oh, that team's black. I remember one time Sadiq Khan came to visit us of a Hackney Football Club, and he took a picture, and that was with our youth team, and posted it. And then someone said, and Twitter, someone said, and this is supposed to be England. I was like, raw, like. So there's always gonna be that, right? And I remember even we had a manager one time, right? I'm gonna bait him up. We had a white manager, right? At one point when we were originally in the Essex Senior League, and he said something to me that I nearly even believed. He's saying that, yeah, with the black players, right? They want the ball to feet all the time. They want to show their skills and so on, but they don't really want to get stuck in. Right? I remember when he started bringing these players in, I was like looking at the demographic of players. He's like, yeah, but it's like, you guys got some really talented players, but they just don't want to get stuck in, especially if it's raining. And I started looking at the squad and thinking myself like,
that's insane.
Yeah, but I think it's a catch-22 though, because as much as we talk about our race, like we don't help ourselves sometimes, innit? I'm gonna be so real. Get me, see me, I'm an advocate, like black this, black that, I'm an advocate, but like, you see, like I don't rate things like, you see, like Paul Ince not taking his badges. Like, why are you not taking your badges? Like, that's crazy. Do you understand? To be a manager or things, little things like that. Or I'll speak to some of my managers. I'll be like, oh, I want to go into coaching, but I'm not on taking no badges. That's all long. I'm like, so if knowledge is power. Do you get me? Even if you don't rate the course, knowledge is power. Like, the only way you can be confident in telling players things, if you got the knowledge, you can't bullshit them, innit? Like, sorry, you can't like chat rubbish. So
you can say bullshit.
Gain, cool. Like, your knowledge is power, innit? So I don't think we help ourselves. I don't think sometimes we put in effort, but I do think we're changing. There's a lot of like, even this season, there's been a lot of like managers of ethnic minority where I've been like, look, go for that one. They'll be like, I'm following my footsteps. I said, don't follow in my footsteps. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
We see one little achievement and we think, oh, they've achieved, like, this is nothing. Like, there's so many levels to this thing, innit?
I'll be real, like,
So,
even like with what you said about like the managers believe in one side of the game and the other side of the game, but I feel like a lot of the time, yeah, like, I'm not saying like even me, there's a lot of us like we don't help ourselves because we'll be around the change room talking like, oh, it's raining, I'm not on it. I'm not on it. This ain't a good picture, man's not on it. We'll be saying all of that stuff. We're not even noticing the coaching staff is all around. The manager can hear it from in the hallway. So we're saying that. Then you have the other players, the white players, that like, yeah, let's get on it. Yeah, we're gonna smash it. We're gonna do this. And it gives the illusion that the players from the ethnic minority don't want to be there. And it's not that. It's just they would prefer a better pitch.
Yeah.
And they're still gonna do what they're gonna do. But it's the mindset. And this is why, like, when you were saying like you're teaching them mindset first and football after. That's the most powerful thing that I feel like a lot of talented footballers need to realize is that, like, you can be the most talented footballer. If you don't have it up here, you'll go to pro and you won't stay there.
I remember when our 18s, like, won EJ once, and like the other team was like, oh, it's not that deep, man. It was under 18s football, and it's not that deep. And my players, because I set their mindset different, like, they were like, it is that deep. And like, we're too easy for us to be like, oh, it's not that deep, it's not that. No, it is deep. Like, every detail matters, innit? Like, every single thing, how we act, how we switch on, when we switch off, like how we recover, how we approach the game, everything matters. Detail matters. Yes, you might be a lower level club, but you do things as high as you can do. And that's just how it should be.
Do you know what a manager once told me, and it stuck with me for a very long time, yeah? He was like to me, conduct yourself in the way you would of where you want to be.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay, cool, I wanted to go pro, but I was conducting myself like I was a semi-pro. And there's still pro in that word, but we always just look at the semi.
That's what I was telling Ernest. Just because you're at Hackney Wick, you want to do interviews when you go to...
Yeah. The man's like, nah, man don't want to do the camera thing. I think I know why I don't want to do the camera thing. Yeah. Because there was a viral clip, we're going to chat about it. So we're speaking truth. There was a clip that done the rounds, bro.
No, this is not a team. I hate coming here. I'll be honest. I can't wait to mould my own team. Because my team's going to have testicle fortitude. Balls. That's what my team's going to have. You don't have no balls. Even when you come on, you got assist. Yeah? You don't do no fucking work though, man. And you're trying to give us choices. You got a lot to learn. You got to develop. Because you can dribble doesn't mean fuck all, mate. Why? Because I work. I'm on it. This is what I show. I live by my heart, because I'm really from ends. I'm not a pussy training, because you know what? When you go to your bedroom, this is what you say. Oh, man playing for Hackney Wick, step 6. Oh, Hackney Wick, that club. Yeah, the media shit, and Top Boy and this. That's what they say. Yeah, and you be like, yeah, man. What the fuck does that mean if you don't go out and perform? Some of you might, I know you don't even want to be here next season because of me. Good. I love it. You know why? Because that means you can't handle me.
I've got the full 12-minute clip, but I never put it out there because it was too brutal. I had the full 12-hour
Please
clip.
tell me that when you got that clip here, please tell me what that interaction was like. Because
I was bugged out, I can't lie. Crashed out.
You know what it
is? I was mad. I was like, bruv, you got to take that down. Listen, he was trying to make me walk. That's a crazy thing. You can't be doing that. Nah, man.
At that point, I just sat the previous manager. Nice. Shout out Yamal. I like Yamal. He's like a good guy, right? I just sat to the manager and I was thinking, cool. And I think it worked to Ernest's advantage, right?
No.
Because he wanted to. No. It worked to his advantage in the sense that where I said, look, take the job now. He said, nah, I don't want the job right now. I want to see how it is. So technically, I was the manager.
I wasn't going to take the job. If you saw the team, like, I was not taking that job.
Wait, before you continue, okay, why did you not take the job? The team was mad.
Nah, if you see the team, oh my god.
So you say what
it's I'm traumatized by that team.
What a full performance.
There's some ballers in that team, man.
PTSD.
Nah, there's something. The mentality was off. Like, some man had like 5 left feet.
Okay, before you hold on. Before you continue,
nah, it was.
Why did you say? Why? Okay,
listen,
we're not
training was a
moving mad,
joke thing.
Why did you sack him? What was it that wasn't going right?
You know what it is, right? Is I've always been to the point that where I want youth to prevail. Because similar to me, I know people I joke around and say Peckham Zidane. I was an absolute baller. Like, no word of a lie.
I was waiting for that. Still. I was waiting for Peckham Zidane.
And I fucked it up, right? Yeah. By going to jail and so on, right? So when I was in jail, I see so many talented young footballers. I'm like, yo, you're cold. Why do you even play semi-pro? They're like, what's semi-pro? That's one of the reasons why I started the football club. So when I've hired managers, and the manager I had before, big him up, he's a manager at Ilford now, Chris, like, good guy. He finished 6th place, right? And at this point, I've hired Ernest to do the under-18s and so on. And we had under-18s just won the EGA, right? Which is a great cup. But there was no pathway for them to the first team. So I was like, what do you mean? There's even a clip when I'm on, I done that show with Robbie and them, like Blood Brothers, right? Where I'm arguing with someone and I'm arguing with someone and it's about that. It's like, why didn't they give the young people a chance? So I got rid of that manager. Then I went for Yilmaz. Yilmaz won the first ever 32-bar cup. Yeah. With his youth team. So I thought, you know what, let me give him philosophy. And he done well the first year. I think he finished like 8th or something. Then COVID hit. And then the following year, I think he finished 15th. But then after that, from the January going on to the beginning of the season, the 9 games of the season, we only won 1 game in 23. I was like, look, Yilmaz, it's not working, man. Like, we're near the bottom of the table. And that's why I kind of got rid of him. But I still want that youth to come through. I said, Ernest, cool, it's your time. But again, he probably looked at it like, yeah, these are not my players, and that's where the speech come from. And funny enough, you know the funny thing is, right? the player he goes to, like, you got an assist, but that's my nephew. that's my nephew. But my nephew's gone on now to do well. He's doing well at the moment as well. But like sometimes players needed that. But I've come to the point that where I leave Ernest to it. Because the point that we're like,
but he was training sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
He was training.
Yeah, I was training.
There's some mockery right
I was
out
training.
here.
I was seeing this, right?
Hackney.
I was seeing it as this, right?
Just
I was seeing it as this, right? I'm putting these players in charge of my club, right? And they're not performing.
He played the last game of the season when we got relegated.
I said,
can you believe this? And he was bigger than this.
No way. But you know what? I done 65 minutes and I done well. We lost 2-0 that game. I done well.
You do well.
I done well.
He was all right, but he had a bit of hold up.
You put him up front.
He put himself up front. I didn't put him up front. He put himself up front.
Why I done that as well, right? Because I'll be honest, Ernest didn't want to take responsibility, right? This what Ernest would do.
Because he was bringing in
No. This
man was trying to make me bug out on people.
This what Ernest would do, right? Is that he'll make a decision, right, on something, and not stand on that decision, and if it goes wrong, he gets onto them. So like, I'm just gonna play myself. Fuck it. Last game of the season. But after, you know what, Ernest, it's now your turn. I don't get involved in anything. Everything
killed him in training. That's it.
I'll
killed him in training. And Bobby was like, he did it 1 week. He was dying. Then after, I was like, yeah, he's going. I told myself he's going. Then after I didn't see him.
Man scrapped the whole training plan just to get him out.
Yeah, we didn't run it every day.
What is that? For me, that's how I always wanted it to be. I don't want to have to be there. I don't have to come to training. My wife's onto me already. Like, I only be at home. So it's like, you know what? I don't have to be there. You guys go and run the show. I will still ask questions every day. Oh, why am I didn't play? But end of the day, someone has to live and die by their own sword. Because if I'm making any decisions, I can't sack you because it's my decision. So
it's terrible.
It has to him to live and die by his own sword. But that's where the speech comes from.
It was so bad. Even the speech, everyone talks about that. I just hate speaking about things like this. But you know what? You don't understand. They just got the clickbait and whatnot. Yeah, bro. These men took the mick. You don't understand. They actually mugged it. We were playing a team like we're fighting for relegation. Yeah, from step 6, you know. Yeah, and like we got players that are better than anyone in the league, but we're fighting for relegation. Yeah, imagine kicks at 7:45. You know, the bus reached at 7:20.
Mad.
Okay, they're strolling off the bus. You know. Like, no urgency, strolling. Imagine I've been there from 6:30. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm saying to my sister, I was like, bro, I could have taken my daughter to gymnastics. Like, what's this? Like, come in, they're strolling. Man's going out to warm, but 3 players told them to take off their chains and, like, for kickoff, you know. Go out there, after 2 minutes, they give away the ball. like, if you see the goal, gave away the goal, then we're like 2-0 down. We scored like the best goal of the game. Adam scored the best goal of the game. And they just rip us to pieces. Then after, like, everyone's joking.
You see that there, yeah? I can't stand that.
Gets to me, bro.
So I'm sitting there. No one's taking no showers. They don't do showers. They didn't do that. Yeah, which I thought was weird and unhygienic. I hate change rooms smelling like
boys.
So they're just putting on things and getting rid of
But they spray themselves.
Yeah, all this
their
like, all
t-shirts
that.
and jumpers.
Like, so I put a fine on that straight
Yeah.
away. Don't be doing that. And like, it was crazy. Like, they're just taking, laughing, joking. So I wasn't even meant to bug out because I told him to turn the camera off, innit?
He said, nope, gotcha.
He said 3 times. But like, honestly, like, it was like one of these ones that their passion didn't match my passion, innit? And I needed to like tell them that your passion doesn't match my passion. So there's no way that you're gonna be here. Because if you're not gonna ride and die, like ride for me, because I'm gonna ride for you, then there's just no point in doing it. And they were mugging it. Like half that team went anyway because it was like their mentality. There was man that were playing, but I didn't come training. Let me see. Like it was crazy. We had a guy who bought a burger during half time. Like for a cup game because it was the thing. We had the guy that bought a spliff, like literally, like it was crazy.
No, but can I say something though? Like,
Crazy,
I'll be
bro.
real, yeah. Like, you
mad.
see the like nutrition stuff, like it makes a difference, yeah. But I feel like some players are misunderstood, you know. Like, let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
He had the burger. I'm gonna
give an unpopular opinion, yeah. Sometimes before a game,
cheeseburger.
No, listen. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be really real with you, lot. Like most times, like I'll have like a pasta and a salad and some grilled chicken before a match, innit? Yeah. But sometimes, yeah, when I'm feeling a bit youthful, yeah, I need chicken wings and chips and burger sauce. And that, because you know when you were younger, yeah, you had, let's say your mom gives you £2, you're going to get those wings, those chips, and the whole day you're outside playing football, it lasts you. So in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, this has got me. I'm good.
Nah, his one was different.
Nostalgia.
He saw he wasn't playing.
When I was at Sheppey, I used to go, I was car school with tours. Brother, before every game, we had to stop off in Penge. Chicken and chip shop. Man needs my 5
Nah,
wings
his was different.
and chips.
He brought the burger over.
He's scoring 2 goals a game, bro.
And he brought the burger over to the side, and he was like,
in the dugout? Was he in the
it was
dugout?
like second half.
Wait. Was he in the dugout eating a burger?
Yeah.
Nah, he's taking it. Wait, okay, now, my question, where is he now?
I don't know.
That is mad. But I'm telling you, see the nutrition thing. It's also in football. See football. You see how it's in mindset. It's in your
I
head.
hear it, but you can't. And he was
mocking it.
He was mugging it, and he was like, "Yeah, my man didn't start." He's pointing at Bob. He's like, "My man didn't start me." And I was like, I looked at my sister. I said, "You think I'm taking over the team like this?"
I can't remember.
Eating the burger.
Wait.
So
what you're saying? He bought the burger.
From the burger van.
He bought the burger.
Yeah.
Just to make us point, basically.
I don't know, but
No,
whatever
he was
did,
hungry. He wanted his burger. He said, do you know what he said? I'll tell you what he said.
'Cause
Young
you could
boy.
be innocent,
He said, fuck this. I'm on a bench. Man's eating, bro.
You say he's young. He's
That's what
like
he
over
said.
his 20s.
Yeah, that's still young, man. He
Nah,
said,
man.
bro, I'm
If
telling you.
the whole team is under 18 and you are like 20 plus, bro, you're a senior man in that change.
Yeah, it sounds good, but I'm telling you as a grown, this is what he said. He said, what? I'm on the bench for these young youths. Say nothing.
Yeah.
Let me get a burger,
Yeah.
grilled
He did.
onions,
Bro,
burger sauce,
that's the
and cheese.
fact.
Then he
That's
went
the
back,
fact.
he enjoyed it, and he said, yeah, man's gone, I don't care. I had my food. That's basically what he was on.
Yeah, bro. And he came. And you didn't bring him on.
I can't remember.
You can't bring
Bring
a man on that's chopped a burger with onions.
I don't feel
burger
that's
sauce.
He did come on. He
came on.
Came on.
I can't remember.
He came on.
I remember that incident, but I
You
don't
man are
remember.
mocking it.
You lot are the best.
mocking it. No, you man are mocking it.
I don't think it would have come on.
No,
He
knows he came on. He remembers.
No.
He knows.
They weren't serious about bullying.
He weren't serious.
They weren't serious back
I
then.
understand you.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember this Yusuf.
But he
I
had
remember the
more
name
of it, so
Yusuf. I can't
balance
remember
it.
his
It was
face.
Somalian guy.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
fine. It's
I
fine.
know
He
it
had a
was.
bottle
No,
of water.
I
It's
just remember who
fine,
it was. I remember who it was. All right. This boy, he's a talent, right?
I don't care.
No. He's a talent. But you know what it is, right? He's too much a road man.
Yeah.
That's what it was, that road man mentality.
He was in the perfect club at the time.
Yeah.
So where he doesn't understand, where he came in under a previous management, who kind of like
Shook of him.
allowed his ego a little bit more,
Yeah.
is that now, like when he's with someone else is thinking, oh, fuck this kind of thing. But yeah, I just remember it was Yusuf. Fucking hell. Shout out Yusuf, man. Where you at, man?
Yeah, baller, but
He said, "Fuck this, man, get my burger." That's what he said. He said they're violent. That's what he said. They're violent in his head. He said they're violent. I'm getting my burger. Yeah, that's what he said. They're gonna mock me. They're violent. Cool. Watch. Let me get that burger.
Yeah, so that talk was like kind of like the last straw. I just had enough. Like, man was like, nah, these guys are actually violent. They're not serious.
Yeah.
Like, they're just not serious.
But the funny thing is, out of all of that, the player that was also in the changing that day is 17 at the time, is now our captain Peter, who's now won the double basically, and he's stayed there through thick and thin and is involved in his development.
Yeah, there was two of them, him and another one. I said one has to sink, one has to swim. Like, you get me? Then both of them couldn't be in the club.
I gotta say something though, yeah. People that underestimate what it is to win something in non-league. Like,
People don't win.
Do you know how many players have been playing for 14, 15 years and have never won a league?
Yeah.
Never, like, to experience that at that age, like at a young age, whether it's 17, 18, 19, 20, is a madness.
Bro, even under
It's a
23,
madness.
bro. Anything under 23, winning league under 23 for me is crazy. You don't think most people in non-league haven't done. It's like genuinely.
It's crazy.
Nah, you know, it didn't really sink in until I went to that dinner. So the presenting everything. So all the other teams are like in the Premier Division or in Norfolk and Suffolk. They don't know who we are, kind of thing. So when they went, yes, and the winners of the League Challenge Cup. Remember, the League Challenge Cup is step 5 and step 6.
Yeah.
We beat 2 teams in step 5 in the quarterfinals and semi-finals to reach that final and to win it as well. Yeah. So when they said, they come up, they're like, we're gonna. Everyone's like, kind of, a step 16 winners. Yeah. And then 10 minutes later, they said, and the guys who won the playoff cup, they're like, so we're the only team there that won 2. So they're all looking at us like that, and they kind of hit home like, we actually won 2 cups.
No, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
No, that's what I'm saying. People, you'll be surprised the amount of people that have been playing and have never won anything.
Not like, bro, like genuinely, even like every time I go to a team at pre-season, I promise you, like, even if you lot want to do it, like, managers always do this when I'm there. They'll be like, cool, if you've won a cup, if you won anything at non-league, step to your left. If you haven't, stay here. Then they'll be like, have you won 2 things? I promise you, anyone that's won more than 2 things, there's probably 1 or 2 people there. I promise you. And this is like step 3, Lewis. When we were there, I think there was 2 of us who had won 2 things in non-league the whole time. At step 3, we're all at the age, maybe like the youngest player, was probably like 19. To the range up to like 30. I'm talking about senior players that I've played since we're 17, 18. Only 2 players in that whole team had won more than 2 things.
I done a video that went viral when I think 7 games into the season, and Ernest and all the players were pissed off at me. They're like, Bobby, take that. I said, I had a whole beef with the group chat. I said, I'm leaving the group chat. Fuck you guys. You think you can tell me what I can do?
Like, I don't.
This is my club.
I don't like social medias and stuff like that anyway.
So, but for me, this is my mindset,
crazy,
right?
yeah.
This is my mindset, right? I know how social media works. I know how to cause controversy, to cause engagement. And if I get that, we get more eyes on us that can get a sponsorship, right? But then also, not just for me, but also for other clubs in that league. And that's when clubs will call me and say, oh, Bobby, why are you saying this about us? I'm like, guys, there's a bigger picture. I'm not dissing you guys. I'm actually bigging up the league, right? So basically, we won 7 games in a row. Ever happened in our history. So I go, this team, you man are dead, we're gonna get you. This mean, you guys are dead. And be like, what's going on, kind of thing.
But he doesn't get the backlash because
This is what he was on.
These
men are taking man's corner flags after games. Horrible.
Nah, you don't
players were
we get the
chasing us around
backlash.
the
And I
pitch,
take
bro.
things a bit like, personal, innit? So these times he comes to all the games. I'll give him that. He's great with that, He missed maybe about 2 games. The 1 game he missed was the one we lost like 2-1 to some dead team, innit? So I said, come in there like, put that on your TikTok. I'm standing, bro. I kept my team in there for 45 minutes. We were all the way in Canvey. 45 minutes after, and told them, have you heard that? The next time we play them, we need to annihilate them. Like, because why you coming for me for? I didn't say nothing.
Do you know what it is? No. It's not. I'll tell you how it works. Do you know why it works, bro?
No.
You see the corner flag that we was doing? Teams were more focused on
The corner flag.
the corner flags than they were about winning the game of football. This is why we smashed up so many teams, like especially away from home. It was like, we're coming to take your corner flag. Every man, after the games, they've lost the games. We've got players running towards the corner flag before the referee's blowing the final whistle. Like we actually rattled the league. We rattled the league, and in a way, afterwards they thought we was arrogant. Bro, you haven't met us. You just think that because of what you're seeing on social media. But when they met us, They're like, no, you man are so cool. You man are down to earth.
That's exactly the same thing with us as well. Like we had people. Then even our biggest ops, Harlow, their fans actually came to our semi-finals and playoffs because they say, you know what, we've had beef with you guys, but you guys are quite all right. Yeah. So for me, there's always a reason why I do things on social media. But remember, the players got onto me. I come in the group chat. I see the players there. Yeah, Bobby, we don't really like this. I said, excuse me, on my own socials.
You don't like what I'm doing?
On my own socials. Like if I've come onto your socials, right? If I've come into your socials, right?
I didn't say, wait, hold on, man. You're the chairman.
Is he in the players group chat?
Get back.
Is he in the players group chat?
Nah, the players got their own group chat.
Oh, no, they got their own stuff, and I've got
the general one. You left the general one.
Yeah, I said, how dare you guys think you guys told me how I should do on my own socials? You guys lost your mind. I said, fuck this. But afterwards, like, Ernest put it back in. But like, for me, it's all tongue in cheek, right? And then everyone else kind of realize that. But what's happening now is that people say, oh yeah, you guys are gonna get relegated anyway. So I'm like, okay, cool. Part 2 coming.
Yeah, so he put part 2 and I deleted it straight off.
Part 2's coming. I understand that, yeah, because people know, yeah. This might have to even get edited out again. Basically, I remember 10 games into the season, yeah, I called my whole league bums. I said my league is full of bums. You know the next game when that went out, the right back I was playing against. Bro, I've played against him like 4 times in 4 years. I used to smoke him, bro, got faster, stronger, better on the ball. I was thinking not to take the same fella.
But this is why I'm telling you not to give them, like, I hate little edges. Like, I'm very big on like details and little edges. I just keep my team in a bubble.
No, but if you got a team that have got pride, that doesn't affect them.
That's what
But my team is in a bubble.
I told them, like, you treat that like no one can beat you then.
Yeah.
No, we got a bubble. That's all clouded up. My players are very like, they're not focused on any of that.
My manager told me to take that down. He said, get out of it, take it down. I even tweeted it. I had to delete the tweet.
There's so many teams in non-league which I've given advice to, which are doing things right now, right? Be it affecting Newham. They used to be called Lopez Tavares.
They used to be called what?
Lopez Tavares FC.
Okay.
I told their chairman, I said, listen, we get sponsorship because we are Hackney Wick FC. So when Netflix wanted to sponsor something in Hackney for Top Wear, they said, who should we sponsor? Oh, Hackney Wick FC. Lopez Tavares, who the fuck is that?
Who is that?
So that was the guy's name. That was his name, his own name.
Yeah.
So they say, oh, you're right. They changed it to Athletic Newham. Same thing with Park View, who are now All-Star London. I told them, guys, you can't stick with All-Star London. You're going to have to change it to your other names. There's so many teams. SC Dons, right? Yeah. When Don Streps come on my podcast, I told him, guys, you have to go into non-league. Yeah. You can't stay Sunday league. Yeah. Go in, and he's like, nah. I said, no, go, trust me. You guys got a juggernaut. And you, so like, I'm always looking at how I can help and benefit other teams and that as well. So for me, when it comes down to football, if one person wins, obviously, competitively, we want to win. Yeah, if we can all win together, then there's space for everyone, man. There's space for everyone in these leagues, basically.
You know what? That's one thing that frustrates me, and especially in non-league. There's just so many gatekeepers. Yeah, like right now we're going into a time where the game is evolving rapidly, and this is what we was talking about socials, and that it's a big part of the game. There's still so many dinosaurs. Like as you said, you've gone to the league kind of summit or whatever, and you're just seeing all these old-aged white men and women, and you saw that all the black people in that, and it's like. It's very difficult to shift kind of
a mindset you've had for like 30 to 40 years.
Because it's been working for them for so long. Yeah. But the game has changed now completely, you know, and like sometimes it takes somebody to come and step out and be bold and say, you know what, we're going to do it this way. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to be successful. And this is why I'm saying again, hats off to you guys, because you guys have done an amazing thing. People are now going to start paying more attention to you guys. Based not of the fact that of what you've done in the community, because that's amazing, but the success now attached to that. So now they're looking at you for more than one reason, and a lot of people will start to change their mindsets a bit. But that obviously comes with it. It came with its struggles. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? But now, obviously, what it is now is about what's next.
I know Hackney Wick FC is kind of sitting on something. But one thing's lacking: we don't have our own ground. Once we have our own ground, that changes everything. Everything. But we can't build on that fan base as we want. It's starting to grow slowly. So, for example, this season, we're going to have 10 teams we're going to have 10 East London derbies, which are like 10, 15 minutes away from us. Mad. So we're going to use those games to get the fan base, to get people start coming in as well. So that's the next thing. Whether or not we get promoted next season, that's down to Ernest and the team. But for me, off field, it's almost about the finances.
Are you going to back him though? Pause.
I definitely won't be backing him like that.
That is mad still. So that you're gonna back him?
No. He needs the funds, innit?
No, but that's
tell him you need the funds.
He knows.
No,
He knows.
but that's the thing, right? It's a catch-22, right? Because we won the league with no budget.
You killed yourself, bro.
Yeah.
You killed yourself. That's it.
No.
You're gonna be known as that guy. That guy.
No. We won the league. Yeah. I've never paid at Hackney Wick. There's only one time where we said, you know what, we'll give some bonuses if we win a match. Because I think to myself like, I ain't paying if we lose. Imagine you're getting your team loses 3-0 and you have to go and pay players. I said, fuck that.
We can't play for this show.
There's no way.
It's impossible.
You only want to person we lose when we win.
So I said to myself, so that's why my whole philosophy was about giving young people opportunity because they're just hungry. They want to go, and that's what they've shown, right? Now, we got some top. Harlow offered our striker $250 a week. He turned it down to stay loyal to us. So for me, he's like, oh, what can I do for this guy? Because he didn't need to do that.
Now, what are you doing? What's happening?
To be fair, he wouldn't get out of bed for $250. But I'm just letting you know, like, man, bro, what are you man doing over there? That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So,
sorry.
You know you're not
This is Dubai money here. You're talking to me.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
No,
it comes down to my man here, right?
Yeah.
The players love him. Right, they play for him. They're loyal to him.
But we still get budget though.
No.
We still need to get the budget.
It's all about love, bro. Love don't pay the bills, bro.
That's the thing, right?
Still needs
So
to
I
come.
now know.
They have to be the first place to get played.
I now know that going into step 5,
you need to
we
get budget.
can't, what do you call it? But that's what I tell Ernest, right? He has to come and do these shows.
No.
Yeah,
He has to be on the cameras.
Yeah, you do.
You can't just do, because that's how the money will come.
You got to earn your budget, bro.
You
You got to work for your budget, bro. Bro, budget ain't free, bro.
Hold on.
Budget's not free,
If I go
bro.
to interviews and then I get relegated, he's gonna keep me, yeah?
No, because you're not
But you're not going to get the budget if you don't. So give yourself a chance.
No, but I'm saying.
They've
So
got- he's got enough characters there,
I'm
man.
saying the more visible we are, because for example, like there's about only maybe 14, 15 games shown on camera. 'Cause like I said, I'll send a cameraman, right? Say go in the change room, you get the clip at half time. The cameraman come back look like a ghost. Like, what happened? My man's bad at the camera. Don't film me.
No, it's not
And
that-
he'll
it's
deny
not
it.
that thing.
And later when I look back at the clip, I seem to don't fucking film me, right?
No, it's not like that.
So to the
It's
point
not like
that
It's not like that.
to the point to where I've now
I have to make sure my
I'm
players
doing,
film.
and I have to be the cameraman, and Ernest ain't gonna tell me I have to go kind of thing. So I have to be the cameraman, man. You know what?
I just stopped going for
This
side
year
chicks.
I let him off, right?
You don't go for the half time.
I let him, and that's what he started doing. He won't talk at half time. He will say, and what he will do, right? He will say, "Oh, Neil, the assistant manager speak, right?"
Because we don't need to talk.
And then I'll wait there. I'll be stubborn as well. We're playing that. Okay, cool. I'll wait here as well. And I thought,
so
fucking, as soon as I leave, then he starts getting onto the players. But I said to Ernest, you can't do that. You have to be authentic, right? We have to feel. Like, just say what you're gonna say.
Some things
right?
don't need to be out on camera.
No,
innit?
but certain
Like,
things
you get
I'll
me?
edit.
Sometimes it gets dark. You have to keep it.
No, we can edit it though.
We need to get media training.
Now we need media
man.
call.
But you know what?
Training,
You know what? This one, I wish I had it on camera, right? All I got was the last bit of voice note. I was trying to film on and stuff. But this one, it got real dark in the change room, right? But you know what? I think it won us. This speech won us the league, right? It was 1-1.
One playoffs.
Well, whichever one we won, right? We got through, right? It was 1-1 at half time again, and I think we've done decent. Even the players done that bad, right? Gone in the change room with the camera, and he said, "But please take the camera off." I let him off with this one. He ripped into the players, especially one player, like ripped into him, right? But the speech was like almost like, you know, Braveheart.
Empowering.
Freedom! Listen,
Don't listen to this guy.
Listen, the players came out and smashed the team. I said, yeah, but I wish I had that on camera. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But that's what I've told Ernest, like, cool, I'm trying to work on a budget because I need to get the sponsor. But the sponsor to say, okay, what do we get in return?
Yeah.
So he has to understand, right, that whether he likes it or not, right, he is a character that people like and they want to see. They don't have to play to the camera. Just do what you naturally would do. And of course, if it's too harsh, we're going to put it out. will not pull it out.
Like,
But
they're
for the
lying,
majority,
man. He's lying.
Nah,
Okay.
remember, I got the
That's
12-minute
lie,
clip.
blood, man.
You see that? I got the 12
Remember, I got the 12-minute clip that I
You
never
see
put
that
out.
clip?
We need to see that clip.
No, listen.
No,
No,
I need to see the whole
Let me
12
tell
minutes.
you
I saw that
something,
clip.
yeah. See that 12-minute clip? He would have put it out. I was basically arguing with him for like every hour during the next day. I was like, take it off. No, cut that bit. I don't like that. Because he's refusing to take it off. Nah, trust me, he'll put it out.
Can I be honest with you?
I don't think you understand what that's done though.
He's even I first saw the clip. Have you seen the clip? Yeah, the manager's in the change room, just going around slapping them. I said, yeah,
But if I never filmed that clip, right, we'll have no references today.
Yeah.
Remember, everyone was getting onto him, like, oh, what kind of a manager is this? What's this? What's this? To the point, right? Don't let him gas you. To the point, right? The other day when I posted, he said, "Oh, baby, send me that."
Wait, stop. Which one was it?
When I showed that raw. And they had all the comments, people saying, what kind of a manager is this, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
no.
And then
listen,
that clip of it as well.
Yeah, because it motivates me. I love that. I don't care if people hate me. I don't give a damn about no one. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm with me and my people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. So when I see them lot saying, oh, you can't be this, like, I'm like, you lot think this is just beginning. Like, I don't care. That motivates me.
But
I
you
don't
see
give
the
a
same way
damn
it
if
motivates
people
you.
like me. Like, I
It
don't
will
care.
like today here right now. You being in different platforms, different interviews, saying how like it's about community, the four corners of the game. You don't know how that will motivate someone, and you're all about community, young players having the right mindset. You don't understand the power that you have from the knowledge that you have for young people that look up to you. Yeah. And obviously, I'm not telling you to go there and become a new character, but being you is empowering to people.
And that is me. Don't be on
I
camera.
think you know what. I think you know
That's
what.
me.
Let's simplify it though. You see the second where he said, "You do your job. I'm not gonna get involved."
Yeah.
Let him do his. Let him do
Yeah,
his job.
like listen, when it
Do you
comes
know
to
what I'm
social
saying?
media, he's brilliant at it. Like second to none, innit? Like the way he gets things out, needs to make sure the VO's working constantly. But like,
You know what? Now VO's it's a headache as it is.
yeah,
bro.
but like
You need to invest in a cameraman,
he's
bro.
good. He is good at that, and I do give him credit for it. In terms of that, like in terms of what he's brought to the club, in terms of it, like even trials and stuff, like I can't knock it in it. But like sometimes, like football has to be real, like, and I feel like sometimes just a camera there makes players sometimes change their personality or go on the defensive. I want to see all of them. Like I want to see what's in their heads. Like I want them to be fake about or shy about
You know
it.
what you should do? In your change room, just get a camera that goes in the corner.
I told him I want to
Just
put
hit the
a
camera up there in the
GoPro.
corner and
smash
done. Yeah, just put it there and done. You don't even
But
need
you
to
know
go
what
in
it
there
is?
anymore.
Like, if you just talk about
smash it.
the VO, I see them, they sent me a bill today. Yes, you got £78 coming at your account. I said, yeah, I forgot. Let me cancel this thing. Because VO, it's kind of bullshit for me.
bad.
It's so, like, literally, we bought it for £2,500. I remember the
I love it.
VO. And then afterwards, every...
No, but it's for analysis. That's what it's
That's
for.
all I
It's
care
not
about.
for highlights.
I
It's not
love
highlights,
VO. I
it's
can
also,
see it from top. I can see how teams
That's what it's
play,
for,
break
yeah.
it down, how they transit, how they sit, how they attack.
I think that's the
love VO.
biggest mistake that people are making in non-league. They're thinking VO is just a camera so you can clip your highlights and
I
that's
don't
not
care.
what it's
It
there
can be
for.
distorted. I don't give a
It's not
damn.
there for
I just
it.
want to know:
Yeah.
are they playing a back four? Are they playing a back three? Have they
That's
got a
it.
midfield? Do they play with two pivots? Do they play with one pivot? Do they float players? How do they play in blocks? Are they strong in transition? That's all I want to know.
And you know it as well. I think
I wanna
I
know.
relied too much on what we done on socials and didn't really care about YouTube that much. 'Cause like I said, we would be on Copper 90, for example. We would be on CNN while everyone else was creating their YouTube channels. And I went really big on it. And then this year I thought to myself, actually, no, this is something that we need to do on a regular basis. And if you see after the last 6 months, it's been more consistent. And with that being consistent, Hackney Wick YouTube channel was on 900 subscribers for nearly 5 years. This year now we've finally gone over the 1,000 and people are now watching our videos because now say, you know what, actually let's take it to socials, take it onto YouTube a bit more. But you're right in terms of investing in a cameraman that's going to be filming the game and filming the highlights. It makes more sense. All clubs in the UK now are looking to London. They're all setting up regional scouts for London now. So they're all looking at the profiles now. So if you see, I'll get hit up like, yo, Bobby. And it's funny, right? Because no one wants to say black players. They say, oh, we need them Hackney kind of players, them profile players.
Why are they scared to say the word black?
They're not
Why?
allowed to.
No, they can say I want black
No,
players.
they can't.
No, let me tell you why. You why. See when someone
Because I'm
tries
going
to
to use it against you.
You see when
I'm going to
someone
be like,
tries
why are
to
you
go
saying
around
that?
the houses
I don't understand.
and I need people from this type of area, they have had this type of life.
Go around the bush for me.
No, for me, do you know
No, but hold
what?
on, hold
Go around the bush.
Can I tell you
on.
what?
You
Can
said
I
Hackney
Say
players.
black.
Can I
Go
tell you what I
around the
say this?
bush.
Can I tell you what I say this, yeah? I'll be honest, like, me, I'm kind of like big on this, yeah? Brother, like, you know when you describe someone, like I have a friend, yeah, he's ginger, yeah?
Yeah.
If you call him ginger, he gets mad. Brother, I'm describing you. If someone don't know you from another team, they're gonna say Mark, the ginger guy. Yeah? Yeah, that's what they're gonna say.
Cool.
If you're describing the type of players that you want, and they're from Hackney and they are black, say they're black and they're from Hackney.
No, we need to get deeper.
we have to
get.
Why can't you say that?
No.
Is
We
it
have to
wrong?
get to the bottom
Yes,
of this.
for me.
Yeah?
Why is it wrong for you?
Because it's a psychological advantage for me. Why are you saying black for? Like, you can just come off on, you feel comfortable to say that. You don't know me like that. You're saying black. No, don't say
But
that. Describe. I want you to go around.
No, but
I want to
wait.
see that you're
I need
consciously
to
aware.
understand what
You
that
know
guy
I mean?
meant by
No.
Hackney
You're conscious.
Hackney plays his
I need
words,
to
you
know
know.
what that means. What does that mean?
Hackney
Yeah,
plays his
what does
words.
that mean?
He
What does
basically
that
said, I want the
mean?
ghetto boys. That's what he said. And you lot said, I want that instead. That's what he
He
said.
said he wanted to get from Hackney.
He said, we're looking for some of the, them Hackney players. And the Hackney players, yeah, you know.
Yeah,
quick,
well, the
you know,
them bit, I want
What's
to
the
see.
quick, strong.
See,
you know
all
what it
I'm
is,
saying is, yeah, you know, sometimes, there's power in making a person say something that they're scared of saying. That's why I
There's
like
power
it.
in letting them going around it.
No,
as
but you see,
well.
going around it, they're used to going around it. They have
Yeah,
to go in
but when
everyday
you've gone
life,
around it, when you come back, you're gonna be sent
and then
back
say
around.
at the end,
Yeah.
all I'm saying
You
is
couldn't say
sometimes, like I watch people go around the houses
sweating as
and
well.
they're struck ethnic, the people of, bro,
Diverse.
just say what you need to say.
Why
and
can't
we
you
can
just
continue
say
the conversation.
I need a fast, strong type winger, etc. We get it. Like, don't say
No.
I need a Hackney type. No, because obviously football now is profiles, isn't it?
Yeah,
so they
yeah,
know
yeah.
there's a particular profile they're looking for.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if we're from London, and the majority of the majority of the players that they're looking for that fit that profile are most likely going to be a certain skin color.
But what
Do you know
about
I'm
the
saying?
like the Albanians? They're quick,
No,
you
no,
know.
I'm not
they're
saying no.
rapid, them
Actually,
and
ethnic
the
minority, that's
Polish
scientifically
man.
proven.
See when the Polish man them.
No.
I just want them to
No.
just stand
I'll be honest.
stand on what you need.
No,
you know what I'm
no,
saying?
no.
Don't
I'll be real. I'm not
wiggle.
lying to you. Yeah. If I was a fullback and you told me this policeman's gonna run past you, I say yeah.
Don't underestimate.
No, bro. There's no way.
Don't
You-
underestimate.
a European man
The Italian
run
the
past
Italian man won
Italian.
he won the, what you call it, the Olympics in
Exactly.
20, when is it?
Yeah, it sounds good, but then man, everyone's slow now. This is the thing. Who's gonna beat
Oh,
you
the
safe
hurdles
No
thing.
one.
Was it the hurdles or was it
No, it wasn't
100 meters?
100 meters.
Yeah,
100
yeah.
meters.
No,
Is he black?
no, it
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
black.
he is, isn't
He's
he?
mixed.
Was
He's
it
mixed.
black?
He's mixed.
Was it not a white guy?
I don't even know. I just heard the Italian man. I'm like, raw, swear down.
Yeah, it's that
I was like, yeah, swear down.
crazy. No, but all I'm saying is scientifically proven. Black people are actually
Brother, do you know
scientifically
what's
stronger and
mad?
faster.
Black
That's
people,
what it is.
Black people are representing Italy and Spain now, fam.
That's a long way. See, Spanish.
Brother,
people-
I used to respect. Remember Senna?
Yeah,
Centre
Marcos
midfield.
Senna.
Brother, I was like, what?
Do you know
Villarreal.
what?
Spain.
Oh, is he bald?
Yeah.
Ah, he's cold.
Do you know what? Me and my wife, this is a little bit off subject, but it's within the same subject. Me and my wife just come back from our honeymoon in Bali, right? And we got into they're taking us to on a boat. But before we got on the boat, we had to get into a taxi, right? But the taxi was shared with other couple. A couple came in, and my wife just switched because they didn't say hello. Like, we're in here, I'm like, baby. She's like, no, they didn't say hello. I said, where you guys from? The guy said, oh, we're from Argentina.
Yep.
Right? And my wife said, that's why. I'm like, babe. But then I started thinking about it, I'm thinking, raw. As we're talking about Spain and that, there's a big population of black people in Argentina. I've never seen the Argentina black player international.
Never.
Never. That's crazy.
Their black players are ginger.
Yeah, McAllister. but I'm saying, it's crazy, but they never actually ever have a black player.
That's mad, bro.
Do you think they're down to racism?
Right no, but if you go back into the history, it's mad of what they.
Crazy.
Do you know the history of Argentina and the black population and that? Yeah, that's something you guys need to go and
Yeah, go
research
look that
that
up.
still. Research that, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that will probably answer your question.
Okay,
It's
okay,
mad.
okay.
Yeah, it's too dark for the pod still.
It's too dark. Mental. That's mental.
That's a good one still.
Too dark for Argentina, I guess. Yeah.
No, honestly, but do you know something that actually kind of it doesn't save them, yeah. But all the players that they have are normally world-class players anyway, so it kind of gets overlooked.
Yeah, it gets
Do you
overlooked,
get
innit?
it? Like
We've
if it
got
was
Messi
someone
in it,
like
so-
England who didn't have any black players, and the black players are better than all of them players. They're playing in the Premier League. They're better than everyone. It would be like the light would be on it.
I mean, let's talk about that quickly then, right? After Paul Ince,
Yeah.
right? Which black player has been allowed to really play in the midfield as an 8 in the last 20,
Bellingham?
30 years?
Bellingham.
He said black in capital.
As an 8.
Yeah, Bellingham was playing 8.
Bellingham.
As a black.
Bellingham, I'm
You
giving you
see
the
the
answer.
capitals. He said black. He said black.
Nah,
in
he's black.
capitals.
Bellingham black. He's
Nah,
black.
come on, I hear that. But
Bellingham's black.
I'm talking Paul Ince black.
No, but stop. This is the problem that we have, and I need to address this. Let me tell you why I need to address it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah, but me personally, yeah, like. You see when you have a black parent and a white parent, yeah. No, I'm not taking offense. Obviously, like people,
Clarify.
people actually need to hear it. Yeah, like see when you have a black parent and you have a white parent, yeah. For a lot of people, like they might be the first black person in their family. You'd be considered black, yeah. And then when you're amongst like black people, they say you're not black enough. When you're around white people, you're not white enough. And it's like he's black, yeah. Like where am I? And
if Bellingham turned around and said I'm white,
okay, but the thing is. Like, I feel like mixed race people, like me personally, or like the mixed race people that I've known or grown up with, like we always know, like realistically, in the time if we go all the way back, we might be in the house, but we're still slaves. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Like we would be here with our father. That's where we would be in it. Like that's where we would be. It's as simple as that. So when we feel like okay, cool, like we are this, and then black people say you're not this, and then white people wouldn't regard us. It's like what are you then? And then that's why the whole half caste thing was such a big thing. Yeah. Because like you're half of what? You're not half a person. So someone saying Bellingham is not black is like, how is he not? How is he not black? Because he's not white. If you're not white, what are you?
Mixed race.
But what you can't mix race. You can't mix a race. It's a fact. You can't scientifically you can't mix race.
Explain to me.
So like if you're black, you see okay, let's make it so simple, yeah. This will do. Okay, cool. Bellingham will never be considered white ever in his life. It's impossible.
He's had this prepped.
No, I haven't.
Waiting for this moment.
I haven't. I'm just like, this is like genuinely the truth. Like even like me growing up, like I would never consider myself white ever, yeah. And I would always say that like obviously like mixed race people might be like closer to their mom's side or their dad's side, but like where you feel most at home, or is it when you're amongst people that are similar to you? I would never look at my skin and be like, okay, I'm similar to a white person. You wouldn't do it because you just know that you're not. Obviously, black is brown. And I'm a shade of brown. So in our eyes, we're all the same. We're all a shade of brown. And that's why I feel like, as the black community, like we need to make it more inviting for everyone that is a shade of brown to fit in. Bellingham is black. Bellingham is brown. He's just a different type of brown to you. He is closer to me, different to you, but we're all brown. And that's where white people stick together. Because it could be a European white and this white, but they're white. And that's why they get on so well together, because they're ready to accept that. Because they're similar skin, they'll be like, yeah, that's fine. Like, yeah, we're all European, we get along. But black people, they always make it like if you're lighter than me. There's levels to black. No, it's not about levels to black.
There's levels to being black.
Yeah, it's not about that. Like, we need to look at each other like we're all brown. Like, stop this whole black and light skin. No, we're literally all different shades of brown. That's literally all it is.
All right, cool. I'll go with that for now, right?
Man said your whole 5-minute speech, yeah, cool.
No, so I'll go with that for now. But because what I used to see is that, especially even, like again, it goes back to what we're talking about in terms of, okay, cool, he's black, put him in centre back, he's a striker, winger. We would never allow him in the midfield.
So who would you pick to play?
Yeah, that's I was like, what black player?
No. Who would you pick? Black for England?
No. But I'm saying no, because they're not even getting a chance to do that within their own clubs first. So because they can't do it within their own clubs, they'll say, okay, cool, there's no one good enough. So for example, Skelly, right? He's a midfielder. Yeah. Obviously, he's come into the Arsenal setup, go to left back. I'm not saying that Arteta's doing it on purpose, but I'm saying that. So he will never be able to, unless they start putting him in midfield, play for England in the midfield. That makes sense.
No, I don't think that's true, because Trent went into midfield for England and he never played midfield for Liverpool.
With that.
I feel like, see, when it's a young player that comes into a game, like literally, it doesn't matter how good you are, you make naive mistakes, and that's a part of learning. Arsenal are at a point where even when they make mistakes now, it's so like it's on the big screen when Arsenal make mistakes. Like genuinely, everyone's there to criticize it. I feel like Mikel Arteta actually tries to protect his players very well. So putting Lewis Skelly there, it allows him to invert into his strength, but it also doesn't make him have to have all the responsibility of him doing all the defending, because his strength is going forward. He's good at 1v1s, but he could easily get lost in a game sometimes.
But can he dictate a game? No.
Not yet. Probably he can't right now. But inverting into there, he can, because he's very good at driving. That's his strength.
It's very dependent on where the ball is when it's there, so he'll be on it anyway.
I feel like Lewis Skelly's one's a bit different, like personally. But like you said, has there ever been any England 8s that have been black? Who would you pick over the last 20 years that has been an England 8 that has been better than the players that have played?
No, but can we even pick 5 black
Tom Huddleston was the most underrated.
No,
baller
let's talk
ever.
about
Would you
now.
pick
No,
him
but
over-
let's
who would
let's
you
talk
pick
about
over?
now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
In the current
He
game
didn't
right
take his
now,
fitness serious,
how
so
many
Yeah,
how many black
dead.
players will occupy that central midfield area?
Bellingham only, innit?
Bellingham.
There's not many.
Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones is another one.
Curtis
yeah.
Jones, okay. But he's an
I like-
attacker. He's
I
like
like
a
him.
10. I would say he's like
I
a
like
10
him
though,
still.
me personally. He's an attacking
But
midfielder.
when he plays for England, they play him deeper, don't know?
Who?
When he be playing for England, he playing
Who, Curtis?
Yeah, when he
His strength though. He plays higher.
Over
Yeah,
like,
he plays kind of like what the eight,
over
like
like
the eight role, isn't it?
Declan and all of that. Like,
The problem is, yeah,
you know?
I just feel like the problem is, yeah, that even when we sit here and we try to think about, we can go last 10 years of English centre mids that have been black, white, of any colour. Who is someone that we could say right here, right now, in the last 10 years that has been black, that should have started in midfield over the players that started? And if we're all here together, we all watch football.
I think they don't give him a chance in the Prem in the first place. That's the problem.
Reece Oxford had his chance, didn't take it.
Yeah.
No.
Angel Gomez.
He
played.
came in
He
on
played
fire.
six.
He came in on. I thought,
Dropped
okay,
his form.
he's one. He's one. I could agree. Could have had a future in the middle
Yeah.
for England. Angel Gomez.
Angel
But I
Gomez,
said
he
that
played
they
six,
don't.
though.
I
He
don't
didn't
think
play
that
it.
they ever trusted enough in their own clubs in the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
place,
yeah, yeah.
and that's where you can't
Who?
Angel
propel.
Gomez.
He plays 6 now. He was a 10.
Yeah, he does play
Yeah,
six
he
now,
plays
but
six,
I do think he's more
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Like, I'm actually trying to
There's
sit
not
here
many.
and think, like, in
There's not
general.
many. There's not
Because
many.
there's even players that you think, like, oh, like, even at Crystal Palace, they have that Wharton,
Wharton, yeah.
Wharton, yeah. He's very good, isn't it? Yeah. And, like, we could sit back and say, oh, like, he's...
I rate him
do you
more
know
than
what I mean?
Mainu.
Like, okay, Mainu. Mainu's a great
There we
example.
go, that's
yeah?
one, there
That's
we
a
go.
great example. But is he going to play with Declan Rice? No, he's not.
Play with him.
I think
play with him.
I think Wharton needs to start.
But then where's Bellingham going to
But I
play?
support Blackburn. That's
Bellingham's been playing 10 for England now
But
anyway.
would we actually play Bellingham in the 10?
you man are laughing
Who's
at
going to play 10
Blackburn.
then?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Cole
Wait.
Palmer.
You man can't be laughing at Blackburn. One of the
Cole
top
Palmer or
teams.
Phil Foden is the best. 10.
SAS, Saturday Shearer,
no, not
Stuart
Foden's
Ripley,
a 10.
Jason Wilcox.
Foden can't play out wide for England.
You man don't know, man.
I reckon Foden should play out wide for England.
495.
He's tried.
I feel like Foden can't play middle because I don't think he's like.
Foden's finished.
Huh?
Good question.
Who do I give free reign
Yeah.
to? Oh, I can't be saying them things there. Like, look.
I don't think you do.
I do give free reigns. Of course, I give free reigns. Look at the goals that
Okay.
he scored, bro. Go look at the goals in the league. Go
So
look
you
at
don't
the
see
No, no, wait.
Go look at the league.
I'll
Is
see
he
a
one of them
player.
guys?
No,
The
I'll
players
see.
are making
I ain't talking about names.
Yeah, that was me. I did that.
I told
You should go inside there.
I'll see a player, right? I'll see a player like doing a madness, right? Doing a madness, playing well, right? And we'll get onto them at half time, like, so trying to fucking win the game by yourself.
No.
I've never ever said that. That's wrong.
Huh?
I've never said don't win the game by yourself.
In those essence.
No. What do you mean essence? You gotta be specific in what
In
you're
those,
saying, bro.
don't try and win the game by yourself. So I think himself like, but again, I don't get involved. I leave him to it because he knows how he runs the team. He knows how to get motivation from his players. But for me, it's like, well, man was having a cold game.
He said, but the team's not doing good. Work for the team, yeah?
No, he has his ways.
I'm
He has his ways.
looking. No, I'm looking at the whole thing. Like a player might have like great dribbling game, yeah, but like he's not tracking back, and then he's just not. He's having a great dribbling. That's all good, and he scores 2 goals. But then when you go and concede 2 goals because he didn't track back, no one looks at that, innit?
That's
Yeah,
good.
everyone looks at the fact that he had like 5-6 dribbles and he beat this man and he did that. I'm like, but he didn't track back, and now we think, well, we lost the league like that. That's how we literally lost the league. Harlow didn't win the league. We lost the league like that because they're all dribbling. They're all having a fantastic time dribbling, but the ball's just dropped in the 6-yard box. Guys smashed it, made it 2-2. Now we've lost the league on goal difference.
Remember when we was talking about that?
So it's like
You know what? We need to talk about this.
it's like that's cool.
But you know
That's
what?
all
Do
cool.
you know why we
but
lost?
like,
No. How much does that hurt? How much does that hurt? Losing the league on goal difference.
Let me say something. Right. That speech that he made that day came back to haunt him. Right.
whatever, man.
Let me tell you why.
Whatever, man. I don't care. I
This is
don't
why
care.
he hates cameras, bro.
Let me tell you why.
Don't come and you always have to chat nonsense. That's what I'm saying, man. All talking about like, that didn't affect nothing, bro. Yeah. The football god said we didn't do the right defensive transition. Full stop.
Listen, right? There's a player, right? God rest in peace, my brethren nerds, Anthony Ogazi. He died back in 2008, right? His brother hit me up when he saw me running Hackney Wick. He's like, oh look, I got my son His name is so and so. He's coming to play. Can he come and train? And you know me, the vision in my head, right? It's there.
This guy couldn't play ball, blood.
Hang on. He was young. He was quick, but he wasn't the best baller.
He was
right?
stubborn.
Yeah, he wasn't the best baller, right?
Uncoachable.
But he was still young. But he's one of those players that where Ernest got onto him as well. But the dad was also one of those dads who wants to get involved. So straight away there's a clash between him and Ernest all the time.
I see what I don't like. He misses bare detail.
No,
This is why I don't like these
there's
things,
a
yeah.
clash.
Because you don't understand, bro. You have to say that properly, bro. My man was put on the coaching team as well when we were interim. No.
You can't miss
He put him
that.
so he put him coach. So he goes. Oh, this is all my coaching team. Blah blah blah. This guy, yeah, pure, like, bro, I'm African, so I'm cool, like, but he African dad vibes. Oh my god, bro, we've come into training. That he got. I like, where's the session plan? I'm messaging Bobby at 12 midnight. Where's the session plan for tomorrow's session? Like, gone to the session. So I'm like, you know what? It's the first session. I'm bringing a coach. I'm bringing another coach. I'm bringing 2-3 coaches, innit? So I've come now. This guy said he's a striker coach. His son's a striker. Yeah.
What's the striker?
So he comes here and he goes, striker coach. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I've never
heard of that position,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I said, so where's your session plan? I don't need one. What? I was like, so what are you doing? I'm just watching the session and I'll see what I can do. I was like, what? I was like, nah, bruv, this guy can't work with me. He's an idiot, bruv. Putting out formations, man comes with opinion. You've done nothing in training, you got opinion. So obviously, no one's warring with him. So I'm like, nah, you're wrong. I'm just being stubborn. So I don't care what he said.
He left at this point, bro.
I made him leave. I don't care.
You called him an idiot after your first interaction.
Yeah, man. I was like, this guy's an idiot.
But after he left,
he was bare rude as well, bruv.
He would still come to the games and so on. His son would be like on the bench or something. But then, like,
if you don't play him for 2 minutes, he walks across the pitch.
I remember one game though.
He walks across the pitch and he comes and he's like, "Why are you not playing your son, my son?" But how can you have this kind of nonsense happening?
One of the things that happened was that there was one game, right, where Ernest is getting onto the son, right, telling him,
and he's shy. I was like, telling him to leave him.
Don't start getting onto my son.
You know what he's doing? He was getting the ball, yeah, and like he's getting the ball and he's right-footed and he was cutting in on his left and like shooting shots that were going towards the corner flag, and I don't know what he was doing. I'm not saying he's not good, but
With his left.
yeah, but he's right-footed. He's all right-footed. Yeah.
All right-footed is mad. You can't be all
But you know what?
right-footed.
But then he got us back. To be fair to him, he got us back.
He's all right-footed. Never heard
So last game of the season, because I know he wants to say it.
No, but credit
so
to
last
him,
year
he was only 17 at the time. He's still a young boy learning, right?
he wasn't learning. He didn't want to
This guy
learn.
got over this.
No, he was 17 as well. But cut a long story short, right?
Yeah.
He's matured a bit. I think he's 19, 20 now.
He did
And
nothing.
the
first
game, imagine, because all the fixtures are messed up, right? This team were 19th, right? We played them 4 games left for the season. We had to play them twice. The penultimate game and with 4 games left. Penultimate game, I was like, bro, Mama's here. We smashed them 3-0 easily at their ground.
Came back to school.
Penultimate game of the season, right? We're winning 2-0, cruising, half-time, right? We're going to win the league, right?
Yeah.
They scored like in the 67th minute. We think, oh, fucking what's going on here?
We missed about 5 one-on-ones.
Guess
Don't
who
forget that.
pops up
And scores.
in the
The
90th
equaliser.
minute
Yeah.
and scores?
Yeah.
The same guy.
That's the
the
striking
script.
coach. That's why.
That's
The
it.
striking coach knew. He was just observing. He
And then
knew.
you see
Football is
after
the
the game,
greatest story in the
he's
world.
giving him a pep talk like, "Well done, son. Yeah, well done."
But you know what?
I'm standing
You
there.
know what?
Bruv, honestly, I just wanted to move him up because the 2 weeks before he's come to me, he's like, "Oh, I really like what you have done. You have done well." He said, "I'm standing there thinking, shut up, man, get out of my face." And his son comes and bangs. And I see that Easter Sunday, yeah.
No.
I've never ever like Easter Sunday's always been a good day. The pressure was real. I don't know. I didn't get.
Can I ask you a question?
Listen, I was
Let me ask you a
upset.
question, yeah. So, talking about the whole goal difference thing, yeah. Do you think it's fair that teams should win on goal difference or not? Because there was a man.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why you believe?
Because at the end of the day, like, one, you play the game to score goals straight. You play the game to stop goals. You get it, and you know the rules before the season starts, straight up and down. So you have to think. So at the end of the day, I see it like this: details in it. They played Newbury. This 19th team we drew to. We beat them 3-0 and we drew 2-2. They played Newbury. and won 5-1 and 10-0. Harlow deserved to win the league.
Can I say something?
So, because they got more goals. You just look at that game alone, they had a better head-to-head than us in that game. We should never have drawn that game, innit? Full stop.
Okay, now, could you just tell them what you believe first before you go into...
I genuinely believe that when there's two teams on the same points, I feel that it should just be a one-off game.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I think it should be a one-off game. I genuinely feel like
Nah,
it.
man.
I'll tell you why. Yeah, because just because you played that team, yeah, it isn't exactly the same team that played that game before. And football is a game of like confidence, form at the time. It's not, no one plays the same team twice. Like, let's be real. There's times you play a team that's like 19th.
But your
and
strikers
they're
want to be
horrible.
credited. They want to be credited for banging goals, and your defense, like, we prived ourselves of clean sheets this year.
And I
We had
hear that.
16 clean sheets.
And I hear that,
And
I
that
respect
is
that.
like,
But
we
I
wanna
played
beat
against teams, yeah, like, bro, like, I'm telling you, like, we played them 1 week, yeah, and we banged the life out of them. The next week, they've got 4 new players, bro. And it's like, this ain't the same team.
but
And
it's
then,
the club you're playing, isn't it?
okay, no, I understand that. But if we're saying, like, for me personally, I just feel like if two teams end on the same points, like, you two are the 2 best teams in the league, play a one-off game, and whoever wins, wins.
If we didn't get promoted, then I'll be with you. But because it would have been a travesty to get 92 points and
Yeah,
not win
see?
the league.
Yeah, but
That would have been
how many points
crazy.
is it? 102 points and lost the playoffs
I know,
semi-final.
so that was
Is that what you guys
got?
got?
No, it's Sittingbourne.
You know.
104, I think it was 104, you know.
No, I think it was a bigger gap.
No, Joe Taylor was there the other day, so 109, 104.
Yeah, that'd be...
What did
So 5 points.
Horsham win it on thing as well?
Horsham
Yeah.
was like
Oh,
1
that's another one.
See, that one there.
That one was...
Was it like 3 teams?
Absolutely.
Was it
I
2
used to play
I
for
felt for
Horsham,
Billy
you know?
Ricky, can't lie.
Huh?
I used to play for Horsham.
Did
Yeah.
so.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Billy Ricky never should have gone that. They should never have lost the game. They should never
Yeah.
have been in that situation. And I'm telling you for free.
Exactly.
You see when you're
100%.
Horsham, yeah, and you're winning, yeah, and then you hear Billy Ricky 3-0 down, you say, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if Billy Ricky were winning 3-0 and they were drawing 0-0 at half
They
time,
would never- they
they
win that
think the
league,
game is
100%.
done.
Yeah.
They think it's over. We've lost the league. There's no momentum.
Exactly.
Billy Ricky had it in their own hands. If they had gone out there and scored 2 goals early, the Horsham manager would have seen it. Everyone knows, like, well, let's not worry about the results. The results, everyone's going to hear it. Yeah, at half time, it's 2-0 Billy Ricky. And then you're thinking, yeah, we're done.
Exactly.
That's the difference. They should have went out and won it, and they didn't. And that's on them.
Well, it's mad.
I think we
Yeah, no, it was really like it was I reckon like that was probably one of the worst footballing ways to lose ever. Because obviously, imagine you've played like 20 plus games, got to a cup final, we've beaten them at their gaff. We shouldn't have lost to them at our gaff, but I think I'll take the blame on that day. I think that there's times when I should. we should have got at and change the game at a certain point. But that's cool when you live and learn.
Yeah.
But to lose a goal difference and know that we're the better footballing team as well, you see what I'm saying?
But you know what? Everything
But
happens
they
for a
taught us a
reason.
lesson though. They taught us about consistency.
But you know what? Everything happens
Mad
for a reason,
consistently,
right?
well.
Because had we just won the league, cool. But because we had to go and do the playoffs, semi-finals and finals at our own ground, it ended up giving us extra revenue
Yeah.
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
well.
which
So
was
we'll
good.
take that.
There was a little delay as well before that, innit?
Oh yeah,
Because the whole-
DT.
Yeah,
kind
AS,
of was.
shame.
Would they have affected anything, by the way?
No, we would have smashed all of them.
Oh,
I'll tell you that now. AS would have smashed them. Don't care. We was in such a zone. It didn't matter who we played.
We got
beating
some
all of them.
top youngsters, and that's why, for real, I'm really trying to get a budget for them because they deserve it. Especially the striker as well, who he came in November and ended up scoring 30 goals.
how old is he?
24 now.
Is he in it?
Look at you, move.
Profile.
250 man at
Yeah,
Villa, but
profile.
350
Nah,
man.
he's small.
Yeah, you know what?
Like,
We're not eyes.
Nah, he's a top player for me, and we got him at from step 7. So there's some
there's
players
gems
down
everywhere.
there.
There's
right?
gems
There's
everywhere.
gems
I'll be
everywhere.
like,
Chips everywhere.
I have to give the boys credit. Like, there's boys that have gone down as well, come down to play for me as well, because like of their coach can't deal with their attitude, but I know how to, like, everyone thinks I don't treat all players the same. Every player gets treated differently. Like, they would know, they'll be like, let's tell him to cut down the lats, man. Send him to go, because he always does. But I know, I get deep. I know some of their stories. I know, like, we've gone through a lot as a team. This is what people think. We lost our centre midfielder was in a coma and basically died on our pitch. Yeah, last season. and like he hasn't recovered from that coma. Like we've had players that have had like sisters with cancers. I've lost my dad. Like Neil's like lost his like gran or something like that. Like we've had a lot of setbacks for a young squad. There's been a lot like players who've lost friends. Like one of our players lost like 2 of his friends in the car crash. Came in and got 3 assists like the next day.
I saw that video too.
So it's like we've
that clip,
as a team, we've gone through madness. Like Brighton literally obviously bless him, like Brighton literally like his heart stopped on the pitch at training on Thursday, and we had to play Barkingside on Saturday, and it was like things that and players were there witnessing it. It wasn't like a kick around, it's a training session. So like all those things there, when people that's what I said, we don't really get involved with like the hassle with like Harlow. Like we got so much deeper things to like play for. Like them man they're not our concern. You understand? Even in the S16, we don't care about any of them man there. Like we're playing for the people that we have to play for. Do you understand? So we got a little bit of a different motivation. You get me going?
I hear that. So what are your objectives for next season?
To improve the squad first of all, and that's like we've started doing that already. Yeah, first was to retain everyone in it, and everyone stayed. So that was a benefit. To improve, like we've got a couple of like tasty players coming through, so that would be good. And literally, we got aims. Like I'll be real. We looked at what Whitelifted did last year, and like you made a comment, and I was like, oh, you're the best team in step 5, and we were like, what? Next season we have to try and like aspire to things like that. You understand? The sky's the limit, but the principles stay the same, innit? Like pre-season's the most important thing right now. Run ourselves to the ground, stretch our bodies out and make sure we're super fit than everyone. Sorry. No, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. That face.
You know how many we let go today? Do you know how many we let go today?
So many. I didn't even put it in.
And that one came out of nowhere as well.
I know, stretch our bodies out.
I let people you lot kill me today. I work ourselves really hard in it to make sure fitness wise and all that. Nah, see? You know what I mean?
That sounds hard.
No. Just stretch it.
Work hard.
Whatever that is. And then, prepare ourselves. But then obviously we'll take it like game by game. We don't underestimate anybody, innit? So
I'm going for the FA Cup, man.
No, like, anyway.
Why not?
No,
You know what it is?
the VARs.
No,
they can't.
I'm going for the FA Cup. I'm going for the FA Cup.
Oh, no, yeah.
You know why I say this,
I
right?
hear what you're saying, revenue, innit?
No, let me that.
No, VARs, definitely, not in terms of goal for it, but we want to see how far we can go in it. FA Cup, we'll just take it around.
No, because I spoke to my older sister. I was like, yeah, we got promoted now. We get to play in the FA Cup again. And she's like, oh, and she's like, yeah, you guys go and try and win it. I said, she's like, no, she said that.
Hold on,
I have
that's
faith.
big, by the way.
Well,
Bro, as a team going into, like, would that be your first time ever entering the FA Cup?
No.
Okay.
when they allowed the step 6 in teams.
No. How Hackney Wick Football Club, remember, when I started the football club, we were step 8.
Yeah.
And I was a bit impatient.
Boring.
I was impatient. And these times I was the top goal scorer as well. At the time I was playing myself as well. Player, manager, chairman, captain, penalty taker.
Cameraman.
Everything.
Cameraman, water boy.
But what it was, right, there's a team called London Bari.
Yeah.
I used to watch them. We were a new team, step 8. We're training, we're paying for our facilities, and they're training in the dark, like on a pitch on the grass. So they would tell me that's a semi-pro team. So I reached out to them and said, yo, why are you guys training in the dark? And that Chris, the manager at the time, he's like, speak to the chairman kind of thing. So I hit the chairman up and said, look, Bari is a place in Italy, right? You guys are called London Bari. You're never going to create a fan base unless it's a die-hard Bari fan who's visiting London to come and see you guys. So why don't we merge Hackney Wick FC and London Bari? You guys keep running it, but I'll run the whole venture. Yeah. Me and you are joint owners. He went for it, and that's how we got into step 5. But that same year, unlucky for me, we got relegated straight away from step 5. So that year we played in the FA Cup, and I think the second year they did allow step 6 to be in the FA Cup as well. So we played in that, and we done it all right. We won, I think, 3 games, and then we got knocked out. But it'd be great to get back into it.
What about the VARs?
We've been so unlucky in the VARs.
Last year we lost on penalties to Brimsdown, which shouldn't really be happening. And then the year before that, we got knocked out on penalties again to Ilford.
Oh, that was a good game.
I'm saying at that level, that's the competition. That's the competition you want to focus on. Like the memories you get from it, yeah, in terms of like the away journeys and bro, is sick, and that's the one that's more realistic.
That's when it's step 5 and step 6, isn't it?
Yeah, step 5 and 6.
Bars, yeah.
So
No,
you've
no,
done it
got
with
eyes
the
on it.
Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
Now you're just doing it at a national scale.
Yeah, and I think we got, especially when we smashed, I think it was Thetford Town, was it? Hadley United, the step 5. We smashed them like 4 or 5-0. It was like 3-0 in the first half. And they even had like, what's that guy? Carlos Edwards? He used to play for Trinidad and Sunderland. Carlos, is it
Play
Carlos
for
Edwards?
Sunderland, yeah.
Yeah, Carlos, he played for Sunderland
Carlos
and Ipswich as well. He played for their team as well. And our young player just smashed their head
I'll be
out
honest, I don't really look at the steps like that. Like, I look at the steps in terms of the pyramid and how it is. But like in terms of ability, I think it's more about consistency, isn't it? And I think in terms of quality in the team, I feel like we've got players that can play levels
But you know what
above.
it is?
That's the
But
key though.
but can you keep them mentally engaged? Can you keep them mentally focused? Can you keep them hungry as well? Do you know what I mean? So
But you know, it's for me, I think there is a vast difference in terms of the steps as well. And as you get, because now
Absolutely.
you're playing against big men who are 6'5", 6'6". Not to say that our players can't handle that, but it's that it's a little bit more different. It's a bit more rugged kind of thing. So you can be a good player playing at step 6, beat a man. Step 5 probably the same. But I think when you get to step 4, step 3, there's a huge difference.
yeah, nothing happened. So we slept and they
So
scored. innit?
okay, so this question I want to ask you. So are you trying to consolidate a position in the next level? Are you going for playoffs? Are you
Nah,
going
man,
the
go
title?
for it, man. Why
for
why
the
be in a
title.
competition? Why be in a competition if you're not gonna go for it?
Now I want to know what you're going for.
What I'm going
Yeah,
for.
you.
No, but his answer's going to be...
No,
it depends on...
No. What are you going for personally?
What personally?
Yes,
no,
for
next
everything.
year.
I always go to the top in it. Go for everything. That's my mentality anyway. I develop something cool. Like I feel it's.
And
elite
one of the things
mentality.
I've told Ernest is that I don't know. He might say I'm wrong on this, right? I think sometimes Ernest's mentality is I'm gonna be Hackney City manager forever.
Nah.
Huh? No, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, right?
You are wrong.
Okay, cool. I'm wrong, right? But my whole thing is that he should be aiming so much higher, right? Especially because of how he coaches and manages his team, and to get a young team made up of barely men who are 18 to 21 years old, basically under 23's team, right? And win 2 cups. If now you're given a team that's going to give you a massive, crazy budget and you go higher up, the sky's the limit. And I think, personally, he can go all the way. We're obviously given that platform, but I think he can easily get into, again, we're talking about the whole black managers having a chance. There's hardly any black managers given a chance to higher up. You go in the league, you hardly see them. So
Most of them, they're part of a project.
Yeah.
And they go up with the project.
Yeah.
But
hella P for that FA Vars, though, innit?
Yeah, they did.
I remember
So-
FX in Newham had a great run as well a couple of years ago. I think Newham had a great run and got kicked out because Richard Kone scored about 5 goals in one game.
Yeah, he did. He closed. He was killing it.
he was fake at that level. But his story is that he should have never been playing at that level. It was just because of a technicality.
Yeah, we know,
Yeah,
innit?
but
Like, more than
fam,
anyone.
The amount of time I tried to sign this book, because you see, I missed out on signing him for like, we trained here and it's my fault. I used to allow Newham to train next to us. Like, yeah, you guys can rent out this half this pitch, and he came there one day just training by himself. They're like, oh, who's that? Come and join us.
You just said, no, sorry, this is our training ground. This is he's ours. Come here.
what
Nah,
I'm saying,
but
man.
he was the first game we played against them, he was like supposedly 17, right?
That's a supposedly.
No. Obviously he's 17, but I'm saying that supposedly because obviously he come from Africa and so on. But literally, when I saw him, I was like, wow.
We had a friendly during Christmas once, and this is when I was interim there, and he's come in, he's on the bench. He's come off the bench. We're winning 5-2. We're winning 5-1. He's come off the bench. We scored another to make it 6-1. He scored 5 goals, made it 6-6.
Oh, that's fun.
No, I'm telling you. at that
He
level-
said, yeah, this is over now.
Bro, at
Yeah,
that level-
literally in 20 minutes he scored
bro,
5
at that
goals.
level, this guy.
I remember New Year's Eve.
He was fake.
It wasn't even like, it was like New Year's Eve. I'll never forget. He
scored
came on,
5 goals
Mabby
for
scored
fun.
5. Yeah, he scored 5 goals and he was like, oh, it doesn't matter, man. I was like, oh,
You
love.
know what's worse about it? Yeah, it's the pitches he's playing on.
Oh.
He's doing that. That's what you don't understand. It's not. It wasn't like you don't ask.
Prince Regent's. Have you seen that pitch?
Bro, we need the flat surfaces to to
His
operate.
pitch is
operate.
going like
This
that.
guy,
Dribbling
That's
with the
his
bubble.
pitch, bro.
bro, he's dribbling with the bubble.
Yeah,
bro.
no,
But
it's
he
a
was
talent.
used. He would have been used to it back home, innit? So
He's
like,
dribbling with the bubble.
yeah.
Like, it's a talent.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen players at step 5 and step 6 dribbling with the bubble, and if I even try to see the ball roll,
And
you
you've
try
got
to roll it
you've got
over,
call
I
up
would
for
fall
the
over.
Ivory Coast and 23s, innit?
23s, yeah.
Yeah, so
Both
that's
of
big, man.
23s.
That's
Yeah,
big.
he didn't do his thing. Definitely. 100%. Man.
No, that's big. But yeah,
Can't tell a group full of man that's big.
That's big.
A group full of man that's big. That's mental.
you know what? I know. But yeah, guys, this was Bobby, Kasanga, and Ernest, the gaffer at Hackney Wick, and this is another. What episode was it today?
We're not doing episodes.
We're not doing episodes, so we're just doing a random thing.
No, this is just.
It's a special episode anyway.
This is a
regardless.
special episode.
It's a special episode.
Thank you for
regardless.
coming. Pause. Thank you for having us. Pause. Thank you for going so deep.
Pause.
No,
Thank you
joking.
for stretching your bodies out. Pause.
Pause. Thank you for being big. Pause. No, joking. Honestly, thank you lot for actually like coming on, speaking your mind, and telling us more about. Because I feel like a lot of people would have seen it, and obviously they wanted to understand it a bit more. So thank you for actually coming on board and actually speaking of us, and just giving us a bit of insight.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
definitely put your app on, like, get everybody tuned in to what Hackney Wick are doing. We will be keeping an eye on what you guys are doing as well next year. And yeah, man, just continue the journey, keep that upward trajectory, and hopefully,
Let's
you
clap
never
it up
know.
for- clap it up for Hackney
we
Wick.
don't know, we'll link up still.
Table tennis time.
I know. Before we cut, I just want to say a big special thanks to our fans, man.
Yeah.
Like,
For real.
there's about a core 12 of them, right, who come to
ultras.
every single game.
The ultras.
You will never outsing them. They sing from the first minute to the 90th minute, non-stop. Like, seriously, they are sick. We love them to bits. So thank you, because like, we're trying to
100%.
grow with these guys. Actually,
You're trying to grow with these guys.
Bro.
Right, and on that note, like,
On that
comment,
note,
subscribe,
yeah.
and put that notification bell on. Thank you.